The transfer window is about to open and deals are already getting well underway. Clubs are negotiating, rumours are circulating, and it's all just kicking off right now. So I thought we'd spend about 8 to 10 minutes or so just going through the latest rumours and just discussing them. I think that's very topical at the moment. One thing that has come up on Sky Sports Transfer Centre this morning, the site that everyone checks all the time as a football fan, I do anyway. Jadon Sancho to Tottenham Hotspur. What do you think about this? It's been reported by the Sunday Express. It's then been kind of posted by Sky Sports. Man United want 60 million for Sancho, and Spurs are keen on the England forward. What do you think of that?
I think that's actually quite a good move. It depends on how much he'd go for.
60 million.
60 million. I mean, it's less than he was paid for. Okay, let's ignore the fee. I do think he needs to leave Man United.
So do I.
And I think Tottenham. They are starting a new project with a manager, and I hate to say it, but I do think it's just going to work.
It could potentially.
I think it is a really good appointment with Postecoglou. God, I need to hear Harry Kane pronounce his name. God, that'd be hilarious. He might not be there to say it, but I think Sancho, it's kind of signing which they need. Sign from above you, don't sign from below you. It's always a good thing, and he's got something to prove. So he'll have that thing, whether or not he can, because I don't think he's impressed at Man United. But I think it would be a good kind of move to go for him, and I think that would make sense.
Absolutely. Next one up, Chelsea are in for Andre Onana from Inter Milan, goalkeeper. It's not that exciting.
Here's the thing. I think he had an amazing game. In the Champions League final. I think he was superb. The amount of times where I saw him on the ball and Haaland was like 2 feet away from him and he didn't. I was like, he's going to get tackled, but he was calm on the ball. He had a fantastic match. I don't know if it's that great a move personally, because what they want is they want someone to ground the ball, and I think he's better on the ball than the 2 keepers they have.
Yes.
But the thing is, at that point, you've got 3 keepers, which you've all spent a lot of money on.
Yeah, and
none of them are happy with being number 2. And obviously, I think if they sign an Onana, they're going to sell one. They'll probably sell Mendy, I think. Or maybe they'll sell Kepa.
Yeah.
But is Mendy happy with being number 2? He was UEFA goalkeeper of the year 2 years
exactly.
ago. He's not going to be happy with it, and it's just a bit of a mess because they just spent so much in that position in such a short amount of time. When you sign a keeper, you kind of don't want to have to sign another big keeper for about 6 or 7 years, and that's why Arsenal signed Ramsdale. It's like the idea is you are our number 1 for about 10 years. That's what we want from you. And that's what you want as a club.
Exactly.
It's a position you want sorted before every single other one. And it just feels like they've really been not great at employing a long-term goalkeeper recently.
Next up, I want to talk about James Maddison. Obviously, Leicester got relegated this season. I'm not quite sure who he's linked to.
He's linked to Newcastle, I think, are best place to sign him.
That's fantastic.
That's what I saw this morning. I saw Tottenham also looking at him.
He created the 3rd most chances since the 2018-19 season. That's still an unbelievable stat.
That's still unbelievable, statistically. He's one of the most creative players in the league. Scored a decent amount of goals for them. Was he their top scorer or joint top scorer? It's probably him or Harvey Barnes. But someone needs to pick him up. Arsenal were linked with him a few years ago. But I don't think he's not the player we need. He's not the player we need. It was either him or Odegaard, wasn't it? And then we got Odegaard. Now it looks like, I'm not going to say on the podcast, but I am 95% sure that we're getting Declan Rice. 95% sure. So I'm fairly certain.
Let's talk about Declan Rice quickly, because obviously he's heavily. I mean, the 3 clubs in for Declan Rice. I mean, Arsenal.
Well, is there 3 clubs? Is there 3 clubs? Because all the news at the moment very much seems like it's not a race.
No.
The news coming out of West Ham is they want a bidding war, but the news coming out of everywhere but West Ham is every other club has pulled out.
Yeah.
Because it seems the news from Declan Rice's side is, I'm only signing for Arsenal. And do you know what's so weird? Do you know what's so weird? Hearing all of this news, seeing all from good sources that he's signing for us, and then seeing his interviews going, well, I've got 2 years on my contract. And he's very honourable. It's very honourable what he's doing, which is completely active.
And I respect that.
He's basically pretending that the transfer window is not even open. Like, no, what's happening? This deal, according to sources, has basically been sorted for months. Not the financial deal with West Ham. That's the one that needs to be done. But the deal with Declan Rice, the terms of the player, that has basically been done for months. It was probably done before we played them away from home, which I find hilarious.
Declan Rice has been linked with big clubs for years. I think Manchester United were supposedly guaranteed to sign him, and then all of a sudden, Arsenal on the front runners.
The thing I find amazing is that Chelsea just seemed like the perfect destination for him. for years. He came
played
through their
for
youth.
Chelsea, yeah.
His best mate is Declan Rice. They love each other. You know, they're great mates.
No, the best mate's Mason Mount.
Best mate is Mason Mount. And then
You said Declan Rice.
I'm an idiot. Best mate.
But I mean, yeah, it's outrageous the kind of pull.
In 2020, West Ham nearly went down, and I thought, right, this is when Chelsea pounce.
Yeah.
This has to be when Chelsea pounce, and they didn't. And I thought that's odd. Like he's perfectly placed to go there, and he would have cost about 50 million around then. I thought.
And now he's
Now he's
vastly
pushing 100. And a year after that, I thought, right, this is where Chelsea pounce. No, and now it got to a point where West Ham were doing well, and he was going to stay. But now he's actually won the Conference League. He's really in a good situation to leave.
Yeah.
Like he's leaving as a captain that's won a trophy. Also, West Ham have won a trophy. They're in the Europa League. They'll get money for the Europa League, which makes it so much easier to build a team and replace him.
Yeah.
I don't think you can replace Rice with one player of that team.
I think I've seen West Ham are quite after João Paulinho.
Yeah.
That would be a fantastic.
That'd be an amazing signing because I think he got the most tackles in the league last season.
He was brilliant for Fulham.
Yeah.
Just finally, I think players nowadays they're attracted to, unless you're going to sign for Man City, they're attracted to a project, and they're attracted to the way that Liverpool went about.
Also, they want to know that they're wanted at that club.
Yeah.
They want to know that they have a place in that club, and I think what Arsenal have offered Declan Rice is they're pretty much promised them and just gone, look, you are the cog missing in this machine. You're going to help us improve. You're going to. I think Declan Rice starts if he signs for us. I'm going to be completely honest. Whether he starts as a 6 or as a left centre mid, which some people have touted because of his ability to dribble, but I think his defensive capabilities mean he has to go as a number 6. And I think he is. I would rather play him than Pai, just because I think Pai at times, sure, he's been a great player, but I think sometimes he just looks a bit sluggish.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if he has it in his tank. Maybe he's aging a little bit, but sometimes he just loses that extra bit of sharpness. And Declan Rice, he looks like a Duracell battery. Like he just doesn't stop.
Well, enough about Declan Rice for now. Another couple of players obviously linked with Arsenal's midfield. Moises Caicedo, we're reportedly going to put in another bid for him. I think that would be.
Chelsea are also in for him, and Chelsea are, unlike Declan Rice, Chelsea are heavy in for Caicedo. There's no guarantee on who signs Caicedo. If Arsenal sign him, if Arsenal signed him and Caicedo, I don't care who else we sign.
That is fantastic.
That is an amazing window.
Yeah.
That revolutionises our midfield and puts us in a very good position to challenge next season. And if Chelsea sign him, that really honestly, Caicedo is a top talent. How old is he? 22.
Yeah.
It's genuinely, if you can sign him on for about 5 years, you've got a player on your hands.
A massive player. Another man linked, or has been linked, is İlkay Gundogan. I think that would be an outrageous signing.
That would be a great signing.
But
I've heard some people say, oh, he's going to lack motivation because he just won the Champions League. And I've gone, players at the top of their game never lack motivation.
No.
Never. They don't. He won the league. He's won the league multiple times with City. He didn't stop. I think he got better over time. And he's a phenomenal talent. He's so crucial to Man City. It'd be a good signing for Arsenal, but I
don't see it happening.
I actually don't want it to happen because I'd rather Arsenal sign more younger talents.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just signed Jorginho in January, and Gundogan is so much better than Jorginho. But I just want us to.
Let's not get too over carried away with old players.
Yeah, because he's going to demand a very high wage.
Let's be careful with that. Another rumour. Wilfried Zaha to PSG. Apparently PSG made contact with them. How boring is that?
I mean, yeah. I'll be honest. Zaha at PSG. I mean, is he going to even start? It just feels weird. I feel like Zaha not playing in England feels wrong. And I think Zaha's a top talent. And do you know what? I think he missed his chance to sign for a top club in England. He has. And that was around 2018, 2019.
I mean, he did sign for Man United.
Wrong play. Like, he wasn't at his peak. When he was properly doing good in 2018, 2019, obviously Arsenal were in for him, but he'd signed that contract, which ruined everything. And they asked for 80 mil. And Arsenal instead signed Pepe. Okay, looking back, we might as well have signed Zaha.
We might as well have. But that's all under the carpet. David Raya, I've said his name right.
Yeah, David Raya. You're checking with me.
Just
Am I your foreign correspondent?
I think so. Brentford want 40 million. Spurs, who are linked with him.
I'll be honest, that is completely fair to ask for 40 mil for him.
I think it is.
Because first of all, that's how important he is to them. And secondly, I think he's a top talent. And Luis going in, signing Raya. How old's Raya?
He's not. Let me check. 27.
So he's not. He's still
youngish for a goalkeeper.
Got a decent amount of time left. I think that would be a very good signing for Tottenham.
Yeah,
that'd be a top signing.
I think so. Manchester United interested in Jordan Pickford. I don't know how reliable this is, but
everything I'm hearing about Man United is they're not prioritising a goalkeeper apparently, but which is insane.
A bit strange. But I mean, that's the transfer window for you. Hassem Aouar signed for Roma. As a decent signing. I think Roma.
It's hilarious thinking he was linked with Arsenal years ago. Every time I think of him, I think of 2021. But it's just, I don't know. He just kind of rotted a little bit at Lyon. Just didn't go when he could have done. And there's so many players like that, which kind of linger and miss that big chance.
There are. Arsenal were reportedly targeting Timothy Castagne from Leicester.
Yeah, that came out yesterday. I don't want to comment on that.
Do we need a backup right back?
I think we do.
I think we do.
I think not a backup. Maybe not a backup. Someone who can play both sides. He can play both sides. I'd rather sign someone like. I mean, we've been linked with Simakan from Leipzig.
Yeah.
We've also been linked with Sacha Boey from Galatasaray.
And there's another player. I didn't mean to. I thought you were talking about Dominic Sazbozlai. How do you say his name?
Dominic Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai. Is another player I want to mention just quickly to wrap up this transfer section.
Yeah.
Because Newcastle were linked with.
I think. Well, the thing is, he went to Bayern, didn't he? No, Leipzig. He went to Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah.
Sorry, not Bayern.
From
Salzburg. You know, that traditional move, which always happens year in, year out.
Yeah. If you're Newcastle, who would you rather sign, Maddison or Sazbozlai? Because I know I'd rather sign Maddison.
I think does Maddison cost more? Because he's not in the Premier League anymore. So
Yeah.
I think you can get Maddison for 50 mil.
Yeah.
I think that's just about the right fee. And I think Szoboszlai from Leipzig, could you get him for less? I think because it's a foreign league.
Yeah, but then Maddison's dropped down.
I actually think you could. But then again, Maddison's got the Prem experience, proven that he would do well.
I think Maddison.
You go Maddison?
All day.
Because there's more of a guarantee.
More of a guarantee. So Maddison's 26, but I'd still go Maddison.
Maddison's about to hit his prime.
Yeah, I'd still go Maddison.